Hi guys, this is Lachette with Scarlet Moon Creations, and I am back with a new witchy plan with me. My June Dark Moon in Gemini plan with me, and this is I'm participating in a kind of group theme here created by Jessica the Story Witch and Samantha Menzo, and their theme that they picked, they did a witchybujocollab, and the theme they picked was Faeries. So I decided to jump in on that, since I believe in fairies, and I have been working with them as pseudo guides for quite some time, particularly with my fairy oracles, of which this is one. So I have some cards here as inspiration. But yeah, as always, I'll start with a quick flip through, as definitely as always. This flip through, if I can get it to show my full journal here. Oh, I think we're too close. It's very quick because I didn't do much in my bujo this month. So, new pages, my witchy history, which I think I sort of showed you guys before. Just some notes for the videos I want to take. This is a tag that was created by Songs of the Wind, and I found out about it through Katie Flowers. And Songs of the Wind, I think, did 3 categories: books, music, and experiences. I don't know what the last category is, I forgot, but I'm going to skip music. The last category I'm going to do is probably internet and websites, and yeah. This spread is not quite done. I want to do some drawing the lines around it, but I did the Get to Know Your Witches tag created by Little Cosmic Crow. That video's up. It's kind of long, but it's 15 questions, and y'all know I can't shut up, so there you have it. So I wrote out the questions. My answers are in pencil, just in case I changed them while I was filming. I didn't, so I'll go in and do something with that. But yeah, that's all I got here. Still using this handmade insert. I explained in the last plan with me why. Basically, I have so many pages left. Why not just fill it up? Kind of lazy about making a new one, so I didn't make a spring one and just kept going. I did not really make or do any weeklies, so yeah. And as far as my dailies go, I didn't do any of those. Now, I'm not finished with the spreads here. I drew stuff. I don't know if you can see them. I have like a flower theme going in, and I need to fill in my habit tracker. I've been keeping track on my phone instead of in the book here. So yeah. And the same with my income and expenses. I just don't need you guys to see that, but I want it here, so I decided to keep track on my phone, and I'll fill this out later. Memories and my monthly review will be done later. And my journaling journal, done a little bit better this go around. Less decorative, just more like getting my thoughts out. Slightly more decorative with the coloring, but yeah, not much happening. I do want to show you one last thing separately. Once upon a time, I used to always show you guys this, my spiritual journal, aka Book of Shadows, Grimoire, spiritual bullet journal. And I hadn't for a while because I wasn't doing much. But in the last couple of months, I have created these spreads, meditations, which I use to read from when I go live on Instagram. I've set up a little meditational altar for people during full moons and then read out the meditations. I also then go and create digital files for each meditation and upload it to my subscribers. So if you would like to subscribe to Scarlet Moon Creations to get updates about my shop or the free printables, free downloads, and know like when new videos are coming out and sales, get coupons for Scarlet Moon Creations baths or divinations, definitely go into the description box down below to subscribe. But yeah, digital versions of these meditations for full moons are up. And then I have like, these are my full moon rituals, and I do new moon ritual spreads as well, just noting down what's going on astrologically and then how that affects me. Doing these spreads has become like this awesome type of ritual for me. So more meditations, more spreads. I need to fill in the information for this one and some other stuff going on here. I uploaded this on Instagram. I will be filling this in soon and uploading it on Instagram and into my digital files for my subscribers. These are recipes for making your own bath soaks. And here's the last full moon and Scorpio spread we had a couple of weeks ago, and the meditation. I need to color this in, but this was a meditation I did during Gemini. Well, the sun is still in Gemini, but I did a meditation at a friend's gathering and it turned out wonderfully. So that's an update on my spiritual bullet journal, in case anybody cared. Now we're gonna get into setting up this month's bullet journal. Let's get started. Okay, so we're back for what I've done, which was a lot because of the fact that I am taking part in Jessica the Story Witches and Samantha Menzel's witchybujocollab theme of fairies in June, and my ideas were to paint, so that took a little bit of time, even with using the hairdryer to dry things. So here's my cover page. As always, at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, I'll put in the stuff here. So it's my fairy of the month, which is, I pick from the Heart of Fairies Oracle, and this month it is the Pan, so that'll go there. My plant ally of the month, the song of the month, and the essential oil I've used for the month. And as always, the sign the new moon is in goes here. I attempted, I don't have it, I think I put it away, but I attempted to use an ink that I know is waterproof with one of my calligraphy pens, but it was too thick, or I took up too much, so it kind of bled through to the other side, and definitely feathered here, so I gave up on that real quick, and just circled it with this Tombow Dual Brush pen. So yeah, all of that will be filled in later. And my colors of the month, again, using the Color Mage Oracle, Red Merlot, and Buttercup. So you'll see that reflected in everything that I set up for this month. Like, I did a speed up of a bunch of things except for writing. So here we are. Here's my monthly log. The same usual general setup, just a list of dates, birthdays, events coming up, things I have to attend. I used whiteout. I don't know if you can tell here very well on camera, but like I said, the ink bled through, so I used whiteout to cover it up on the opposite side. And I have the moon phases on the side here to keep up with it. So yeah, like I said, birthdays and holidays and a couple events to attend. And as I go, as new things come up, I can fill it in here. Now the titles of my pages are the same as usual. I just attempted a new font. I used it from this other fairy oracle that I use very often, which is also by Brian Fround. It's just called the Faeries Oracle, and I like that font, so I attempted to draw it, capture it here. And then using the fairy theme, I do a fairy mound that's used, or a cithen, or I'm forgetting how it's pronounced in Welsh, but anyway, usually considered in myth the doorways into fairy, or the fairy realms, or the fae realms, however you want to see it. Sign of the fae is that I know of is fairy rings, most often described as a ring of mushrooms, sometimes a ring of flowers, but I did little mushrooms here. I did those kind of cartoonish Super Mario mushrooms because that stuff that stands out better against the green background. But yeah, so that's the fairy of this page. The fairy font is what I'm going to call it for the rest of this video, and then the fairy mound and the fairy ring. Now for this page, my projects page, I wanted to also include the outline that often shows up in old text, the outline, the border. And this is a border I got, I don't think, do I have any out? Yes, I do. Okay. I got this border idea from my Llewellyn tarot deck, which is a Welsh mythology deck, and yeah, they have dragons. I didn't want to go that far, but just kind of a bit of scroll work to make it look fancier and go with the title. And of course, because I got this book that's not really made for this kind of thing, the usual washi tape to hold the pages together is what I used. Also, because the next page I used way too much water to attempt to draw something or paint something, it bled through in a couple of pages, but more like there's just a lot of ghosting, and I didn't think my writing would stand out very well, so I used these yellow post-it notes that I have, glued them down, and wrote my categories. I'm using 6 categories again that worked out really well last month. So Scarlet Moon Creations, personal, Excelsior Events, home, spiritual, and financial. These are my projects for the month. A lot of these are short projects, but some are kind of like long or involved, and I didn't want to forget. A big thing for next month for you guys who watch my planning videos is I am definitely going to be doing One Book July, and I'm determined to complete it this year. 2017, I did it the whole month. Last year, I only made it about 2 weeks. I'm determined to do the whole month again this year because it's helpful. So, yeah. Here we have my habit tracker. Since I realized last month it's gotten smaller again, I decided I wanted to draw around it, and yeah. And most important part is the fact that I went back to tracking what day I do things on rather than just having like a bar graph type of thing of how many times a month I did something. It didn't matter what days. Now I'm back to like what day I did what on. And excuse the ice cream truck because it's 80 something degrees today and I have the window open. So yeah. I drew some fairies around here. Various ones are, I took some influence from my Heart of Faeries oracle on the side here. You can't see them too well. One here in the middle, I just didn't do a good job of emphasizing, and I'll go back in with my colored pencils. So, the background, I tried to do something over here, kind of messed up. I was going for shades of red and didn't work out, so I did it over here. And then trying to do what I originally planned for the other side, kind of overloaded this page and made it a bit messy. But to show you like some influences from the Heart of Faeries oracle and the Fairies oracle, both by Brian Froud. So one of the friends here, up here, and again, like I said, I'll go back in with a colored pencil to try to show more definition. The Singer of Intuition, another favorite of mine, down here, and the Temptation. Not a card I get very often, but I really like this Fae here, so I wanted to include him on the side. It just didn't kind of come out the way I had planned. And so I'll attempt to fix that later. Some more kind of on this side, I wanted the eyes of the forest kind of look. Another influence on my kind of personal fairy mythology is Laurel K. Hamilton's Mary Gentry series. and this is the first book, A Kiss of Shadows. Anyway, so one of the main fae that Mary deals with are all guys. Not getting into that, but the kind of royalty of the fae in the series, all have triple colored ring eyes. So I attempted to show that and some of their powers. And it's similar to kind of like the Shatter Me series book covers. I've never read those, but I've seen them and I like them. So kind of like Fae of Storms, Frost, Galen, who's kind of like the green man, literally. Sholto, who is the king of the slaw, the host, the not so great looking Fae, and Doyle, or the Queen's darkness, so he's just darkness. And Reese, who's kind of in charge of the dead. Not quite sure how I wanted to show that there, but their eyes kind of just showing the hidden among the trees. And again, apologizing for the random noises outside. Everyone seems to want to make a lot of noise when it's warmer, for no reason that I can tell. Lastly, I have my income and expenses tracker page, and it's the same usual thing, except I have the scroll work, the sides there, and the fancy font title drawn. Same with the memories page, which is probably the clearest since there's no P on the other side. Here will be my monthly review stuff that I'll do later. The other thing that I did is my June content calendar. So again, the fairy scroll work going on, the fairy font, the yellow and red, and I put in my videos. I have so many videos to do. Last month was a horrible month for me to slack off with making videos, because now I'm trying to catch up and I have a lot of videos this month. This month I plan on participating in the Litha Witchathon, which is a readathon, and I've got my books all picked out. I just have to film the TBR and read and that is going to be from the 14th to the 21st. So if you're interested in watching and you haven't seen my previous readathon videos, there will definitely be a TBR and a wrap up, and potentially a vlog if I can keep to this video schedule. But yeah, so June plan with me is this, and catching up on my elemental videos. And then also July, like I said, I plan on doing one book July. That means I'll have to do at least the setup video for this month, so you guys know what I'm working with. And yeah, that is all I have for now. My next plan with me will come out probably after my one book July video. So but if I stick to my guns and keep the video making schedule and don't like overwhelm myself, I will have, let me turn this because it says winter, I will have those videos out. You'll see a plan with me, and then have a flip through as part of my first week update for One Book July. So yeah, that is it for this month. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Jessica and Samantha, for creating this theme for the month. It's cute and fun and interesting. I appreciate it. I loved watching everyone else's videos. I will link in the description to Samantha and Jessica's original videos, and I don't know, I think Samantha said she was creating a playlist, so yeah, but I enjoyed everyone else's video. If I had the time, there was a couple of things I've seen that I want to implement that might show up in One Book July videos. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you are planning on joining One Book July, because I definitely would like to follow you. So as always, links to all my supplies are in the description. They're the usual ones, nothing brand new except for my Uniball signal, finally. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.